Hey Tally, I've been asked to talk about a few things, and here I am. Okay, let's go this way. There are three stories I'd like to relate to you. One, if you recall, years and years ago when you were a PA announcer, and I think you still are, the voice of the deer. As an assistant principal, I was assigned to work every football game at home. This particular night, though, I was not assigned, so Mary Jane and I went to the visitor side so I could sit and watch the football game, the band, and the escorts, and not be bothered and not worry about what was going on. Sometime during the second quarter, their announcement came over the PA. Would Mr. Gibson report to the home side? Would Mr. Gibson report to the press box? Now, I knew this could not be true, and I looked up in the press box, and I saw you and some other guy kind of moving around. Looked like they might have been laughing, and the key to that was when you turned off the PA, I thought I heard a snicker. So anyway, I didn't want to ignore it, but I waved, and sure enough, you waved back. So I knew it was a trick on me. And also, if we move to our second story about the way we ranked your choir, I used to tell you the choir here at the church was very good, and I enjoyed it. In fact, it's one of the highlights of the service to me. And so we started ranking, if you recall, how well the choir did. And so each Sunday, I would go 1, 2, if not so good, it would be a 3. Then eventually we added a plus. So a 1 plus was excellent, and sometimes if it just was not good at all, it would be just a real quiet. Now, you had asked me after the service if you couldn't find me, how you did, and I'd also always tell you. That got to be a habit. And now, I'm not sure if you can see me because you don't see as well as I rank the choir. Okay, the third story I'm thinking about was really a mean trick towards me. You came in the office one day and you said, Mr. Gibson. And I knew something was wrong, or you wanted something, and I said, yes, Barry, what can I help you with? And you said, well, we're gonna have a talent show. I said, well, good. He said, I've got five of the teachers that are gonna be in the talent show. I said, well, great. He said, they're gonna sing cowboy songs. They're gonna put boots on, they're gonna put their cowboy hats on and cowboy duds, and said, we need you, though, to be number 6. And I said, oh, no, I can't sing, not me. And he said, now, come on. Anybody that does discipline all day long, anybody that signs kids to detention, the ISC, surely you can show some school spirit and be in the talent show. I said, well, okay. So I remember the first practice, we went to Gaines Mason Auditorium. And I looked down, and we were on the stage. You were down front with the console. You had little things you put over your ears. You would play the music, and before we started, you gave each of us a microphone that had a long cord that went to the console. So anyway, you sang along with us. We were doing pretty good. We did the first song, then we did the second song, and you had guaranteed me that my voice would be hidden within the other 5 voices. So he said, well, let's do this one more time, then we'll be through. Okay, so we started off, and during that first song, I looked down, and you were laughing. And I thought that was strange, but then I saw you put your hand on your face, then put your head down, and before I know it, you were leaving it over on the console with your head down, and I could just see your shoulders moving, your whole body. And after a while, I think you slipped because you slid off the stool and hit the floor. Then you got up and you said, okay, let's stop. And he said, I turned off everybody's microphone except Mr. Gibson's. And what you were doing, Tally, you were listening to me, and I'd already told you I could not sing. And that was such a cruel joke. But you said, during the program now, why don't you just mouth the words, Gary, and not sing? And sure enough, I did, because I was afraid you might turn that microphone on again. and everybody hear my voice. And what that gets us to is this, Tally. When you talk to the church and you tell everybody in the church that you want anybody in church to come sing in the choir, except Gary Gibson. Or you invite people to come sing in the choir and you say, along with Mr. Gibson. You know, so you snicker and I snicker, we both know that I cannot sing. But anyway, if you look at all these stories, the football game, ranking the choir here in the church, and the joke you pull on me at the talent show, pleasant memories. And Barry, we're so proud that you and your family are in our church and also working with the school. We're very fortunate to have such a good family of Tallies.